Hi everyone, so this is a Volkswagen T25. It's a right-hand drive UK spec with a 5-speed gearbox, so it's the weird setup with first down to the left, reversed up, and then second, third, fourth and fifth, as we can see. And as a lot of you, we have gear selector problems, so this is actually sorted out now, but I thought I'd post it because it's quite actually a good one to know. Simplifies some of the other videos that I've seen where you have to make up blocks of wood and things to hold the selector in place and everything, and it gets to the point where actually you don't really need to take the spare wheel out. The problem I was having was reverse selection, and on this camper van, even when it's working optimally optimally being the big word, they're always a bit difficult. But so with these, when you get over to the left hand side, you'll need to push against the spring which pushes it over. This is now selected, so I can get first, I can push it over, push it down, get into reverse, push it over, second, third, fourth and fifth, all selecting nicely. I'll go around the other side and show you what I've actually done rather than cutting the block of wood. And a lot of people said use a 23mm block of wood to go up into the box where the linkage comes from the front of the vehicle. What I've done is I had taken the spare wheel off because I thought I'd need the access, but actually you don't need to. So obviously the spare wheel's out and off so that you can get to the box, which is up there. And what the other videos say is that you have to get inside that box and put a lump of wood in there. There's a way around it. So my way is you'll need a piece of string or rope or a strap or something that's long enough. What you need to do is I've put my strap around the doorstop, and then you put it around your gear stick, and all you do is you put your gear stick in the position just before you're pushing against the springy bit to go into first. So if I just put my phone down for a second and do the strap how I did it, I'll do this as quickly as possible. And all I've done is I've just put a strap from the check strap across to the gear stick, and all that's doing is holding it up against that spring bit, so it hasn't pulled it all the way, it's just on that tight spot there, which I think is the equivalent of putting the block of wood in. Then underneath, I'm not going to undo it all now because it's already done. You come under the vehicle, you've got, on my vehicle, you've got the petrol tank, and then where the rod comes through, it comes up to this pinch bolt. So you can undo that, and then before you do a strap up on the front of the vehicle and the gear stick, give it all a good wiggle just to make sure it's loose in this part here. There's like a spline shaft. If you follow that shaft all the way to the back of the vehicle, sorry for the grunts and groans as we slide along on our back, you'll get to the back end of the vehicle where the selector goes into the gearbox, and the manuals and everyone else says make sure that that is vertical. And what they mean is this bit here is going straight up and then it goes back into the gearbox. So what I do is just give it a little wiggle back and forwards, make sure it doesn't go into any gear, and just sort of balance it out between that wiggle point. And also make sure then when you twist it or push it on the top inwards, you've got the springy bit for the gear selector. Can't really show it now because all the gear stick and everything is tied up with the strap. So as long as that is sort of roughly in between the two places, and that this pinch bolt was loose and the strap is on the front, tighten that up. You may need to put a spanner on the top, and you obviously got a nut on the bottom here. Don't over tighten it, it's not the strongest of bolts, but just enough to pinch up that spline shaft. You can see the splines there if it'll focus. And then hopefully that's it done. You can just go through your gears in your normal motion. I find on these the reverse is always hard to get because it's quite far away from you, so I usually push it away, hit the spring, go past the spring, then push it down and up. But you can push it down beforehand. It's just find whatever's best for you, and that seems to work. So give it a go. Good luck.